Hello, welcome to my Kansas garden. Today is our June video, our June garden tour, and I'm excited to show you what's been growing and what I've been working on and what I've been doing. So let's just get right into it. Here's the entire garden. There's 4 beds on each side, and then of course the flower bed. Sorry, someone texted me and I got distracted. But here's our flower bed, and I'll give you a closer view of that in a bit, but it goes all the way down the side, and of course the bed by the house here. But let's go ahead and take a closer look at these beds here. This first bed, I didn't plant anything here, but stuff is growing anyway. Those scallions, of course. And then we've got down here a bunch of little basil. There's like a lot of them. Like all that green in there is basil. Except for, I think that's, I don't know, grass over there I gotta pull up. But yeah, lots of basil. And I think there's some over there as well. You can see the green. And then there's a little beet right there that I didn't pick. Or I didn't plant. And that's this bed. Our second bed, I'm gonna get over on this side of it so we're not fighting with my shadow the whole time. But in here, it's pretty much just chaos growing at this point. But you can see carrots. These are beans that I planted. More carrots. Here is, you can see right here, these are radishes that I let bolt and go to seed, and now these little pods contain the radish seeds. So we're letting those keep going. But once this dries out and turns brown, then I can get the seeds out of that pod, and I might do another video. I did one last year, but I might do another one this year on that. And then down here, there's beets hiding under there. Then this tall thing, which I think is some sort of flower. Down here we got arugula. Nope, that is basil. It's not focusing. There it is. And then all this in here is basil that has bolted. You can see more radish pods back there. And all in here is just stuff doing its thing, really. Here's some lettuce that bolted. There are, let me see if I can get in here. Right here. That is a pepper plant. One of my pepper plants. And then all in here, there's lettuce back there. Different beets. So there's just a lot of different stuff growing in here. Of course, our scallions. So that's the second bed. The third bed, it used to have garlic in it, if you watched my previous video of when I took it all out. But last night I planted these 4 pepper plants. These 2 have been in there a while. We have parsley. I bought the parsley plants. These pepper plants I started from seed inside. We still have 1 garlic that's not quite done. Oh, there's another one over there too. We have these tomato plants that I bought at Home Depot. You got, this is a little pepper plant that's growing. And then over here we have, these are watermelons. So that one back there, there's 2 back there. And I'm planning on continuing and filling up this bed with more stuff, so it's not gonna stay empty. Maybe some zucchini I'll plant, maybe some beans, okra, I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but this bed will not stay empty. I don't like empty soil, you guys. Hear me almost trip over that shovel. Here's the fourth bed. Did I say 4 beds on each side? There's 5 beds on each side. Here's the fourth bed. And this does have a lot of weeds in it. I need to weed it. But we have a lot of bolting lettuce and arugula in here, as well as radishes. We also have some carrots right here. There, clear it up for you. Back there is some bolting lettuce. Here's some yellow beets. And back here is scallions, of course. Got some more tomato plants that I bought. This one. And then we've also got 3 more back there. And then right here in front, it's a cosmos. And that's my tray of peppers that I still have to plant out. So that's this bed. You can see stuff growing. The final bed on this side, I actually need to clean up a little bit. Some paper or something, you can see that white got in there. I need to take that out, obviously. But look at these. I don't know what these are. They taste like arugula, the leaves. But my other arugula, when they bolt, their flowers are yellow. So I don't know why these are white. I don't know. Now I am unsure if these are arugula. But I have them all over the garden, whatever they are. Over here we have some kale down there. And a bunch of beans all over the place. You can see some lettuce, carrots, I don't know, odds and ends of stuff in here, radishes. And then over here, there's onions in there, there's cosmos, there's a tomato plant, can you see it hiding in there? Lots of beans, like a lot of beans. So what I did was, as I was pulling stuff out of this bed, I just started planting beans like all over the place. So they're all coming up and they're filling it out, and I love it actually. It looks great. So let's go over here to this side. My boy's playing with the bricks, making houses and stuff. So here we have some cosmos. Just a row of them. And then we have a row of beets. All through there. There's some big beet leaves back there. You can see them hiding. Then we have a radish that bolted. You could see little tiny cosmos down there. Some weeds and stuff. There's a pepper plant right there. Looks like there might be another one underneath there. There's a row of carrots inside all of those corn, but there's a lot of corn. I'm trying out a method recommended by Gary Pilarczyk, planting them extremely close together. So we'll see how they do. And then you can see my zinnias over here. There's like a little row of them. And that's this last bed. This bed over here, why is there, look at, there's paper right there too. I tried planting mint in this container. I just don't like this container. I've tried multiple times to plant stuff in it, and it just, even though there's a hole in the bottom, which I took the plug out of the hole, it still doesn't drain. And so whatever I put in there dies. So do not recommend this container. If you ever see it anywhere, don't buy it. All right. We got a row of cucumbers coming up. Probably won't keep all of them, but I've been having trouble with bugs. You can see on that one, only has 1 leaf. So I figured I would plant a ton of them, and whichever ones are the healthiest I'll keep, just so I have some, because planting 1 seed at a time is not working in my garden. The bugs are just having a heyday. We have thyme right here. That paper I need to take out. Some tomato plants here. All the tomato plants I went ahead and bought because, like I said, I have a bug problem. Any sprouts that came up were immediately eaten. So I went ahead and bought plants. We have carrots, a sunflower, and then a bunch of flowers right here, see them all? My son is proud of this bed because he planted these flowers. He loves flowers, and he's so excited that all of these are blooming in here. And I'm excited too because they look fantastic. Look at this mini sunflower. It doesn't really have enough space to grow huge, but it still looks beautiful. And this bed behind me is onions. Most of it actually is onions. But we do have tomato here, cosmos. And then back there are some more tomatoes and marigolds. I've already started harvesting some onions because they're just ready. They're already falling over. This bed is pretty much the same as the one we talked about over there, except the beets are doing a lot better over here. And I don't know why. I have no idea. But you can see, these are the beet leaves. They're really tall. These are weeds, need to pull that out. Basil, carrots, lots of basil in there actually. This is a bean, bolting radishes. It's just like a forest over here. Look at all those beets, beet greens, flowers. Yeah, so loving this bed. It's doing great. This is my jungle over here. This is previously known as the fall garden. I've been calling it the chaos garden because obvious reasons. But come on, look at it. It's pretty neat, even though it's crazy. This is all bolting oregano, which is cool. I have not seen oregano flowers, so I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. Bolting lettuce. Let me zoom in here a little bit. You can see just all the little flowers on everything. Everything in here is bolting something. Some chicory. Look at that. I'm so excited, you guys. I took some pictures of this yesterday. Look how pretty. I love it. I love it. All of this in here. The yellow flowers. And they're making seeds for me. Can you tell? I get too excited. I get a little excited about this stuff. And then we have bolting parsley. I'm hoping to see some, what are they called? Not monarch butterflies, swallowtail caterpillars. Right? Am I right? I think so. It's been a year. But yeah, every year I get the swallowtail butterfly caterpillars on my parsley, so I'm hoping that they're going to show up. They actually come later, like July or August in my area, so if I see them, I will definitely capture a video for you guys. And over here, just the same. Just the same. Lots of stuff going on in here. That, I have no clue what this is. No clue. It's getting tall. I'm interested to see what the flowers are going to look like. But, yep, that's that bed. The chicory is probably my favorite though in this bed. And then of course, I showed you this in another video. I don't know if I've posted it yet, but I've been working on this bed. You can see there's some more of those plants that I don't know what they are. I can't believe I haven't taken this out yet. You're gonna laugh if you saw the other video. Get out of there. And then we got zinnias, garlic, calendula, whatever those things are. Cilantro, dill, just, you know. And then let's go look at the flower bed real quick. Over here. My neighbors are gonna hear me talking to you guys. So I'm gonna talk quietly. I don't like people to know that I film videos. It's weird. Okay, so let's see here. Cosmos. Don't know what that is. tiny sunflowers, bachelor buttons, more sunflowers, bachelor buttons, tall sunflowers, nasturtium, and it just keeps going. Look at these guys are leaning because there's a big old tree and it shades a lot of this bed, so they're just trying to get sun, but they're growing. Good job, guys. And just a ton of stuff in here. Wild sunflowers, bachelor buttons, cosmos, nasturtiums. Here's my really healthy tall sunflowers. Look at them. I'm so excited. They're so pretty. Then my dill patch. I had one dill plant here last year and it reseeded, and so now I have like, well, you can see them, all those fronds, a bunch of dill. And this is my tallest sunflower. Look at it in comparison to the other ones. Can I go out any farther? No, it won't let me. Let me back up. There, see? See how tall it is? And then we have those. I don't know what they're called. I don't know what these are called. Do you know what these are called? More bachelor buttons. These purple ones that I don't know what they're called. These. And then of course, look guys, this is what I've been waiting for. Look at all my sunflowers. And I even have like the really tall ones in here too. So there's two of them you can see right there. And then right there, I think is one of the big sunflowers coming up. One of these. Here's my echinacea growing, looking beautiful. There's a spider web. Hello, buddy. Welcome to my video. You're on the internet now. I don't know what these are called, but they're blooming. But you can just see all down the bed. Yep. I absolutely love it. Forgot to show you this side. So there's the main garden. And then I got these over here. The big leaves are pumpkins. This is a cosmos flower. And there's like a whole bunch of, I don't know what's growing in there. So we'll see what happens with that. It's just, I dumped compost in this hole and put soil on top of it. So who knows what's coming out of there. Another pumpkin. Another pumpkin. My vision for this side of the yard was to be a little pumpkin patch. So that's why it's all pumpkins over here. And another pumpkin. And a little sunflower. So there you have it. That's what's growing in June. Got some small stuff, got some tall stuff, got some flowers. I love June because by the time June hits, most of my flowers are up and at 'em, you know? So it's really exciting over here for me. I hope you are doing well and enjoying your garden, and I will talk to you soon.